Newcastle University, the only British university to do so. It's now half a century later, and a new exhibition's being held to celebrate that moment in history.
And this in particular is a letter that Martin Luther King wrote to the university after the event, after his visit to Newcastle, thanking them for awarding him the honorary degree. It's particularly poignant because he says in it, "I do hope that our paths will cross again sometime in the not too distant future." And of course, within a few months, he was assassinated. So very poignant.
Very sad.
Very sad. In our university archives, we have all of the original documentary material, letters, memos, planning documents, photographs that relate to his visit and what happened that day. So what we're doing here is telling that story for the first time, actually.
One of the most interesting artefacts in the exhibition is this. Now this is Martin Luther King's handkerchief, and he was meant to wear it on the day of the ceremony, but as you can see, he didn't. And that's because that very morning, he decided to give it to Edna Kane, who worked at the Vice-Chancellor's office. She'd just made his breakfast, and he gave her his autograph as well, so he obviously enjoyed it. For decades, the exhibits were filed away and forgotten about, until an historian unearthed them while researching a book. So what's the significance of Martin Luther King coming to Newcastle?
It fits into a long and somewhat hidden story of racial and ethnic diversity in the region. So King is in a tradition that includes Frederick Douglass in the 19th century, King himself. They move forward, people like Jimi Hendrix, Muhammad Ali, Harry Belafonte. They've all been through Newcastle in the northeast. So what I wanted to do was make sure that King's visit becomes part of northeast history.
So it was a really big deal, wasn't it?
It was huge, and you know the university obviously takes a great deal of credit for being forward-thinking and inviting King to come at that time. What bothers me in a way is the fact that so few people in the region know this thing ever happened.
Well, that could be about to change. To honour a great and good man is part of Freedom City 2017, a year-long series of cultural events exploring racism, poverty and war, the three themes central to Dr. King's speech the day he came to Newcastle. Sharina Saga, BBC Look North.